Today we're gonna be making GTA 6. Because I'm freaking bored. And also because Rockstar Games themselves decided to give their 2 cents on my own game idea for GTA 6. I guess they couldn't help themselves from roasting me. And look, after 8 entire years, all I wanted to do was help out the process and maybe make it a little bit faster. It just so happened to be that right after the events of this video, they came out with this tweet. And I don't know what's going on here, but this is the second most coincidental event that's taken place in my life just this month alone, which I feel like in some cosmic way, I've really done the universe some kind of a service here. Because I'm definitely the reason that they decided to finally announce this game. But anyways, it all started when I decided to email them with my idea, which was to simply make a 2D version of GTA 6. And I know I might have the most popular idea out of all, maybe an opposite world at least, but GTA was only good back in the day of it being in only 2 dimensions. Who didn't like this after all? So why not just go back to that? I mean, frick. It's gonna start getting impossible to keep releasing GTA 5 over and over again on the PS7. You might as well just go back to the basics. But nonetheless, here's what they had to say about my very creative idea. Hello, Tim. We at Rockstar Games enjoy taking fun questions and ideas for our projects. Thanks for your time coming up with this one. Unfortunately, however, due to the nature of our evolving Grand Theft Auto series, the particular aim you suggested would not fit any of our current projections. We plan to improve each game with uniqueness and creativity each time, which involves new ideas, not simply grabbed from previous titles. It wouldn't be all that likely for us to use an unoriginal method. You may still be excited for any new upcoming title, which we will be sure to make outshine anything before regardless. At the chance of having any questions, you may reply here and one of our representatives will help you as usual. Thanks again. So without further ado, let's prove them wrong and actually make GTA 6 ourselves then. Just to prove that one single person can actually make the next version of this entire game series in like maybe 3 days or something instead of 300,000 days. I guess we can start by opening up Unity. Great. Now what? Let's create a new project. Oh I don't know what the f to do. I'm gonna be going on this Fiverr page to ask this guy to help me out, because I always start with that anyways. All I need to do is make the code work, and then I can make all the artwork for this game. After all, it's only going to be 2-dimensional, but its storyline is going to be on par with San Andreas, so you best believe this is going to be a very immersive experience. This time, we're not going to be having some voice actor, we're going to be cutting the budget a little bit and making the car itself the main character. We're going to be trying to make it a Flappy Bird / Subway Surfer / 2D version of GTA 1. Because why not? After paying $79 for some of the art assets for this game, I think I'm ready to start putting it all together. Basically, all I needed was the actual material, and I could do the hard work of stitching it all into one horrible masterpiece. Now, what are we going to name this game exactly? Well, probably the one name that Rockstar Games had in mind themselves for their next game. GTA 5 2. Now, the first thing you need to know about game development when you're starting to do game development is that you can't do game development because game development is just too freaking hard. For some reason, making games is the one thing in the universe that just takes 10,000 times the amount of effort to get anything out of it. It's like the equivalent of writing an 8-paragraph essay for every single word of writing an 8-paragraph essay, even though that makes no actual sense. I have to stitch together over 100 lines of code just to make one thing do one specific thing when you tap one particular button in the game, and if I mess up one single line, it's going to tell the rest of the entire code to do something entirely backwards or opposite, and then it's going to crash the entire build. And that's exactly what happened here. Damn, no wonder they just want to make GTA 5 over and over again. But either way, as we can see here, I'm already modifying the original textures that was given to me through Fiverr. And now I'm going to go to Upwork and hire a part-time graphic developer to finalize the textures and make them look a little bit more 8-bit and a little bit more matching the theme of this particular game. It's supposed to be retro looking, but also at the same time, it's supposed to be modern because clearly it needs to match the perception of what GTA 6 should obviously be. And since the map is going to go on forever as an infinite runner style game, it technically is bigger than any other GTA map. I'm just that good. And that's also one thing that I recommended in my original email by telling them to make the map procedurally generated and therefore, technically speaking, infinite. And they just essentially laughed at my ass. So thanks for that. I guess I'll just go back to losing all my money in the GTA Online casino, and then drinking myself into a coma right after that. So here's gonna be the main player. As you can see, we're naming him Bob the car. Bob has a lot of problems, and he has to go to therapy. And basically, in order to reach the therapist's office, he has to go down the street and avoid being tackled by all the other pedestrian cars. And for a change in the entire Grand Theft Auto series, we're gonna make the pedestrians actually really smart. They're gonna be the red cars that we're designing right here. And cars can jump in this game, because they need to get over the obstacles. Alright, so far the sky is not looking all that great. We can definitely change it up, like this. So I decided to scratch that whole entire idea and just basically pay someone to make me a Lego City style city background. I'm getting all of the resources from this game from one person, so I really hope that it's legit. As for the code itself, I'm low-key copying and pasting it from some random indie website and fixing all of the subsequent errors that go along with it. Like this, for example. Oh yes, this is working great. So remember when I told you about the fact of if you mess up one single line, it can tell the whole thing to do the wrong thing and then basically crash the entire project? Well, that's pretty much what just happened. With the coin collecting mechanics, now it's telling the entire game that the game is over whenever you collect a single coin. So it self-destructs the player and the game crashes to desktop whenever you decide to collect one. And whenever you hit one single other car, it decides that technology is overrated and we should all just go back to living in caves because it tries to destroy your PC by adding about 115 installations of itself in one time in the task manager, maxing out your entire RAM because for some reason it thinks that if it just restarts itself, it'll fix all the problems in the world. I'm really liking the aesthetics and how they're turning out with this city actually. I'm actually pretty impressed. I don't think that the actual Rockstar Games has anything on me at this point. As you can see, we are integrating the normal level of urban decay, which is going to fit right into the storyline as well. It's going to be making it very relatable, and a large throwback to the Grove Street era. I might even make a subplot where you get into a couple of gang wars with other rival cars, but maybe that'll just be in a DLC. In the meantime, I've changed the different poses that the car can have so it can do these slick moves like this. And you can go in different directions, making the world more of a free roaming world now. So now I just ripped off some of Terraria's effects and also their textures so that we can basically make the entire thing end up looking like this. We have rural areas as well, outside of the main city, because of course the whole world isn't just one big city. And I guess we can integrate some tractors as well to simulate the hillbilly cars that live out there. I literally might get my whole life copyrighted by Pixar because of this game. So far I'm being sued by Lego, Rockstar Games, Pixar. That's pretty good. That has to be a world record for one of my videos alone. Alright, and basically as you can see, it's looking pretty good. Oh frick. That's not right. I can't really underestimate the level of storyline that's being put into this. It's just more like a visual story. It doesn't need to be told to you through words. I think you could just basically mimetically understand it. It's like being transmitted to you just through brainwaves. You are basically entering a higher level of consciousness. Alright, now, none of this have I written by myself, just so you know. Basically, how you win in this game is that you just need to pile drive other cars in front of you. Okay, never mind, I take it back. The actual worst thing is making the AIs in this crap. And in doing so, I've gained a newfound respect for cyberpunk. I definitely understand your pain now. Now that I've completed polishing off the effects of this game, there's a couple animations of what happens when you jump on top of a car, and also when a car jumps on top of you and you get completely wrecked. Now this is looking like it's going to turn out to be a pretty addicting thing. There's only one more thing that I should probably add to this. Ah yes, that's more like it. I guess this is literally the definition of Grand Theft Auto when you're literally playing as a car and this game is just theft of code from other people pretty much. But at least it's a little bit unique. So here's all the building assets that I have made for this thing. It's way more than what was necessary. So now the only thing left to do is to actually play it. Alright, so here we are with the game. And there's no sound because I didn't have time to put the sound in. But yeah, this is basically it. It's looking like a good addition to the GTA series, as you can see when we come across the other pedestrian cars. They're all hostile, and our main goal is to... Ouch, not do that. Oh my god. See, now this is a really good example of why I'm really good at video games. Our goal is to kill them, because what else are you gonna do in GTA? And once we jump on top of this guy, then we kill him, and we don't get anything out of that for some reason, because I never thought that through. But we do have coins up here, because it's Mario Kart or something. And you saw me putting together those coins. And basically you just jump on top of these buildings. They're just basic like level systems. And the wireframe is really simple. It's just like, as a platform thing. Whoa, that was freaking epic right there. Yeah, it's basically like, I don't know, Crossy Road and Flappy Bird and GTA and basically Lego City, all that. There really actually is no final goal because you could just keep killing all of these guys and nothing will actually happen. Not only is there no music or sound, but there's no point system. The game only tells you like how many coins you've collected. And up here, you can go up there and it just fixes your car a little bit. Up one level. Wow, you're welcome, Rockstar, for having me do all your work for you. And I don't need $1 billion budget or anything, as you can tell. It's clearly just all well put together. And I'm just the fastest boy in town. So basically, there you have it, Rockstar. If you couldn't see it for yourself, I pretty much proved to you that this would be hands down the best GTA 6 the world would ever know. And that is the completed game called GTA 5 2. It looks pretty good to me. Let's just quickly run this through a proofreading check for all the code. Only 198 errors. Not too bad. I just might decide to put this game up for sale so you can actually play it yourself. Well, maybe I'll just make it for free. Nah, nothing's good for free. I'll probably just put it up on my OnlyFans page. But thanks for watching this video. If you haven't yet already, you'll get 10 years of good luck by going 2 inches below the screen and making the red button gray. And until the next one, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.